5 first rounders. What?
Oh, hell
exactly. No. I was just saying some absurd shit.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Salute. Hey.
Wow, did he crush that one?
What's going on? What's going on? We are back in the building.
Yo.
Boom, boom, boom. What's goody good? Sports Madness, we bite.
You are now tuned into the man cave.
Hey,
When do you get to get this all these fireworks on ESPN? You don't get none of this. We ain't even played the game yet.
Oh, I could take the next 5 first
Come
rounders.
on, bro.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Shout out to Huddle, Northeast Sports, everybody. Shout out to everybody. Network 216, hey. Network 216. 8172, come jump on this. Sir. We gonna do.
Here we go.
All right. What's going on, everyone, man? We're here on Sports Madness. It's going to be a little different. Scully taking a little break. He got some things to handle. Schedule's changing. Jay may pop in. We don't know, but he's got some things to take care of, too. But we do have a guest today. We are bringing Matt from Slosh Sports. What's going on, my man?
What's up, sir? How are you tonight? Or today, I guess. It's the afternoon. I'm not used to doing these during the day.
I'm doing all right. I'm actually shocked my job didn't call me to try to bring me in today, but I would have told them, man, screw off. But I'm glad to do this. I have more fun doing this. I mean,
Ain't that the truth?
This will be a different type of show because, we don't do a whole lot of this on our show. We're going to talk a lot of free agency. We're going to do a lot of mock drafting. We're gonna incorporate a lot of Cleveland into this show, but we will talk other teams again in the chat. Normal guy, what's going on? Yeah, Tyreek Hill has been released. Bradley Chubb has been released. 5 other people from the Dolphins have been released. They said they're gonna strip it all down to nothing and build it back up, which won't ever happen. But hey, I don't know. I know I don't want Tyreek Hill in a Browns uniform. No, dude just had major knee surgery. Probably took 5 steps off his. I'm good. Cool on that. Oh, what's going on, Twisted? That's Sham. That's my Juggalo neighbor. His brother will probably jump on too. But would you take Bradley Chubb, though? Because there was a lot of talk when we were in the draft before. What Chubb were we taking? And we ended up taking Nick. But Bradley, though, he was a big thing coming out of college.
I say bring the whole family back.
I'm down too. Bring Nick back and all that.
Nick's definitely going to be, if we bring Nick Chubb back, he's definitely going to be on a contract that's extremely team friendly. I hate to say this, he didn't produce as good as we hoped he would down in Houston, but can you imagine what are they, cousins? They're not brothers, right?
They're cousins.
Cousins on both sides of the ball. Bring Chubb back, a Cleveland Browns legend, and we get some help from Myles Garrett on the other side to fill in when people are getting tired and injuries happen. I think it'd be a positive one for the Browns.
I agree. What's up, Salvador Rodriguez? And I don't know how to say your name at the bottom there, but what's going on, guys? I would love to have Bradley. Add him in. I mean, he's a linebacker. Put him at defensive end. Help out Alex right over there. I think it'd be a good thing. A lot of talent. Especially if you got him for cheap. But you know how these guys are.
Well, if he just got released by the Dolphins, I'm assuming he's not going to be expecting a top dollar payment. So hopefully it's within our limited budget.
Hey, what's up, Nate? There's the other half of the Juggalos. Him right there. Nate's talking Dolphins, Niners, Super Bowl based on the graphic you saw where all the players, whoever was closest to the stadium, Niners, Dolphins, the colors hit on the logo, all this other shit. Well, now you see the Dolphins are getting rid of their entire team. There ain't no way they're going to be the one that makes it. Oh, Mike Kelsey. Yeah, that's my new name now. Say I look like Jason. But, hey, I'll take it. I'll be the third Kelsey brother. Well, let's do this then. Let's go right to free agency, right to what we think our Browns need to do, what they should do. And let's see if I can get this correct and which one is which. I don't know. We're just going to put one up there, and whichever one it is. I'll see. That's the wrong one. Oh, that's Jason's because he did his. He gave me his, and I'm like, all right, well, I think this one. All right, that's yours.
There we go.
All right, go ahead and talk about it. Tell us what's up.
So I think out of the free agencies, obviously our biggest hurt is wide receiver and offensive line. Tyler Lindenbaum, I think he is obviously the number one choice for top target for us. I don't care what it costs, as long as it doesn't send us over the limit. I think we got to go after him. And I think with Monken coming to Cleveland, there's a good chance, because if you notice, the coaches aren't following Harbaugh.
No.
So hopefully the players think the same way and come our way, because I wouldn't mind him. What's the tight end out there? Likely.
Yeah, Isaiah Likely.
I mean, I wouldn't mind him. You will notice on this list, I got one tight end down there, Chris Manhertz. He is ranked as one of the best blocking tight ends in the league, which he might not be catching the ball much, but that will be our extra offensive lineman out there, which will give Shador or whoever we decide is our quarterback, because you know that and we're going to another quarterback competition.
Yeah.
So give them some time to throw the ball. Not only that, open up the running game whenever Junkins comes back. Hopefully keep him from getting injured again. But there's also some other offensive linemen I wouldn't mind targeting in this free agency, especially Rashad Walker. He's a solid left tackle. If we can get him and Linderbaum tied up, that's going to open our draft up completely when it comes time to who we got to go after. It's going to be more of best available instead of needed, because we won't have to worry about the taking the best offensive lineman available in the draft. We could potentially take Tate or another top wide receiver with the first pick, and then 24 opens up to fill any other holes we have or need to fill at that point, which obviously free agency is going to affect that a lot. I did throw one on Miller. Probably no chance in hell of him ever coming to Cleveland. But the man's still a beast at his age, and I think he'd just be like a Chubb add-on. Having someone like him on the defense that can fill in. He's not going to be an every down player, but it's going to help with our line getting tired. It's going to help with our players getting tired. It's going to help with injuries. I think that would be a big add-on for us. Obviously, re-signing Devin Bush. Unfortunately, I think Bobby agrees with me on this one. He might have played himself out of a contract with us because of how good he did last year. I don't think we're going to be able to afford him and other holes. Hickman, definitely want to try and get him back. Hopefully he's doing good. He just got out of the hospital. He got jumped up in New York City last night.
Yeah, that's crazy. How does he not have nobody around him? There's no bodyguards, no friends, or nothing. And he just gets openly jumped and beat the hell up.
Ain't that the truth? I don't get it. If I was these kind of people that are recognized every day, I would not be out in public like that without some type of security. What's your opinion on the wide receivers available? Would you be willing to take a risk on one of these older guys that can not only produce still, but be more of a locker room person to help these younger guys, especially with us predicting to draft one, maybe two wide receivers in the top 3 rounds?
Yeah, I would gladly take a Keenan Allen, just because, he's proven his hands. He can run routes. The dude's not going to drop the ball like Jerry Jeudy. I'm okay with him. Even a Christian Kirk, he saw his kind of – what's funny about Kirk is you kind of saw him revive himself after Nico's injury in the playoffs. He was hitting big plays, making big catches, and I would take him because, his dollar amount's way low. So if you just brought him in as a veteran presence, you brought in a couple linemen, I think that would be great towards our draft, because then we don't have to sit here and constantly think we need to draft linemen and wide receiver the entire time.
Not thinking we have to go 2 wide receivers, 2 linemen in the first 4 picks.
Yes.
That's exactly I wouldn't mind it like a Mike Evans either.
I got a feeling that dude isn't leaving Tampa. I know he's a free agent, but
I don't think he is either, but I've always liked the dude. This was obviously the first year he hasn't hit 1,000 yards as an entire career, which sucks. It was due to injury, but it is what it is. I don't think hopefully for Baker's sake, Tampa doesn't let him go because that's a big boost for him.
I agree. Tampa needs to do right by him, period. Just do right, period, by him.
Just pay the man.
1,000 yards, yeah. And the only reason why he didn't hit it was because of the injury. It wasn't because of anything else.
And he wasn't that far off, was he?
He came close.
300 yards, and he only played, 9 games?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't – I know football's a business, and that's the hardest part about being a fan is you get attached to some of these players because you watch them for so long, and then you're like, why would they get rid of them? And then you realize, well, there's a financial reason, trying to stay under the cap, not producing enough. But when you get a player like Mike Evans that has been loyal to your team, helped you win a Super Bowl, is constantly over 1,000 yards every season except one where he got hurt a lot. But you got to pay the man. You got to put money aside and just take the hit on that one.
I agree. He deserves his money. And again, it's not like he's going to be there for another 5 years. It's another year or two, and then he's done.
Just give him a 2-year, probably $8 million a year at this point in his career, maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe 10.
I mean, if that hurts your team to the point where you can't produce anything, there's no reason to drop him because you're not going to produce it without him.
Yeah, there's problems. Period, man.
I think, though, who would be your top target for a wide receiver, though?
If I had to pick one and we were going to spend some money, I know everyone's saying like you got there, Alec Pierce. I'm going Romeo Doubs.
So when I was making this list, I was like, well, I don't want to throw 2 wide receivers on this list because I want to be able to talk about other positions.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Those two are like this with me. I mean,
yeah,
one or the other. It's going to greatly boost. Anything's better than Jerry Jeudy, in my opinion. I mean,
you know what's crazy about Jerry Jeudy's? I think that once we bring someone else in, say we brought in a Pierce or a Dobbs, I think it'll help him because right now I think he puts it all on his shoulders as the wide receiving core. And I think that's where he thinks he has to turn up field. He's not paying attention to catching the ball. He's allowing a lot of things to go wrong before they can go right when he knows. But if you throw that ball 10 feet over his head, he somehow catches it. If it's in his chest, he don't catch it. That's because he already assumes he's catching that ball. And that's the problem. You lessen up the load.
He's turning away from the ball before he's turning
to go upfield before he can even have the ball in his hands because he's trying to
make the big plays.
And if Romeo or Pierce were there, or again, a Carnell Tate, a Malachi Lemon, or a Jordan Tyson, someone there to take the load off, to make him feel like he doesn't have to make that big play every play, I think it makes a difference.
I think if we got help, not only line help where the quarterback will have some time to throw the ball without forcing it, and also another wide receiver that's legit wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, it's going to take that stress off, like you said. But I don't think he's a wide receiver 1 in this league, but he could be a wide receiver 2. And if he has somebody else to take the pressure off, he's not going to be the guy getting double teamed. He's not going to be the guy that has to make those cuts all the time to try and get away from the defender. He might turn around next year.
Yeah. Again, we brought him in and he had his best year as a pro. When he came here, his first year in Cleveland was his best year as a pro. So he's got it. It's just a matter of catching the ball. If he caught the ball 50% of those drops that he had, the dude would be amazing. We wouldn't be sitting here talking this shit. But he did. Well, here's my list. You know, I'm with you with Tyler Lindenbaum. I think that's number 1. I think Warhop being here, I think Monken being here, that brings him here. I don't see how it doesn't. And I see him even saying, hey, I don't even need to get crazy raised. Just give me some money. Let me come work in the system I already know, and I can make a difference. The other lineman, Rasheed Walker, they're already predicting him to come this way. if we're going to spend the money, I guess spend it on him. And maybe that's when Linderbaum says, hey, want to add something to it? Maybe I'll take a little less, give him the rest. If you bring both those linemen in, then linemen in the draft, you're not looking at tackles then. So you actually can wait and say, hey, maybe I draft 2 wide receivers, or I'll take Caleb Downs at 6 and then draft a wide receiver at 24, then go inside line with 39 and the next pick.
Can you imagine this Browns defense with like a Reuben Bain or a Caleb Downs?
Jesus, it'd be insane. Absolutely insane.
Our quarterback would have to score 7 points a game.
And you know what's funny is I was watching the Ultimate Cleveland Show, with G. Bush and all them, and they were saying, look, Lloyd said when you look back at the draft in 2002, we needed a running game. We had nobody. Between the 2 running backs we had, White and Jackson, them dudes didn't make 1,000 yards. So we went after the top running back in the draft, Willie Green. Or we could have got Ed Reed. Ed Reed was generational. Would we have gone back and changed that? Yes, you go back and change that and take Ed Reed. Right now, if we can make a move like that where Caleb Downs is going to be generational, you see him wearing a gold jacket at the end of his career, you take that guy. That's what you do. Because everybody's saying all these tackles are going to go to guards anyways. I mean,
yeah, most of them probably will. The only Lomo might not. He might actually pan out at tackle. I can see Francis potentially moving inside, and what's his name, Dunker from Iowa during the Senior Bowl. He was playing center most of the time.
I think he can play center, guard, and tackle in reality.
He'd be probably like after. I'm not going to take him in the first round yet. I mean, who knows? He might go to the combine and completely blow up, and we'll be like, we need him. But for a man that could go from center, guard to tackle without missing a beat, it comes down to you're the jack of all trades now. You're not the master of none, so you're not going to be the best at every position. But that versatility, even to fill holes for when the guys are getting tired, we're pulling people out. Our team's going to get hurt. Our line gets hurt every year. I wouldn't mind seeing him at the 39 pick.
And I'd be 100% down for that. 100% down for that. Because what has happened to us? Our line's been more hurt than anything. We've been hurt all over. I mean, Batonio, I think, actually just retired. I think I read something. I don't know if that's true or, again, this AI shit's getting out of hand with some of these stories. But if he actually retired, well, that means you got, for sure, your left guard, left tackle, the center, and your right guard all need dealt with, whether you pay these people to come back or you draft or in free agency. Because DeJuan Jones is the only one that's still there, and he's coming back from injury. And we need to not move him anymore. Put him at right tackle and leave his ass there because that's where he is good at. Leave him there. Stop moving him around. That's why I said if we get Linderbaum, put him at center because the center is the most important position on the line. Everyone says, oh, well, blind side. I get that, but that center controls everything. The shifts, calls out players, calls out different linebackers, the blitz, everything, controls the entire line. Then you get your left tackle. Say it's in free agency or the draft. Then you build the interior. And again, I just did a draft. It went down. It was Caleb Downs. Who the hell was it? I just had it up on the screen. Man, who the hell was it? I'll have to take a look. Let me look real quick. It was Caleb Downs, Denzel Boston. Then I got Blake Miller at tackle. And then I got Dunker in the fourth. Or no, in the third.
Blake Miller's a Cleveland boy, too.
Yeah, see, so, I mean, to me, that'd be insane to be able to do something like that. To be able to make that kind of work where you're able to get Caleb Downs and then you're able to get your receiver. Or it makes it to where you could trade back. Cool. We got these situations fixed. Let's trade back. Let's gain another pick for next year. Let's tell Dallas, hey, you want Caleb Downs? Give us your 12 and 20. Move back. Then you could really mess around and get interior linemen because the dude from Penn State looks like he's going to go in the middle of the first round. You can grab him, Proctor. if you really need these linemen. You can get
I'm
all
not.
of them.
I'm not up on Proctor.
And don't let Jed Willis put you down on that. Don't let Jed Willis prospect. Why ain't you up on Proctor? I think Proctor's going to be okay. I just think he doesn't need to be the end-all, be-all with it. But I like Monroe feeling better from Georgia.
I do too. It's not that I'm down on Proctor. I'm just not up. I'm just not up on him. Us taking him in the first round.
All right.
I mean, if he slips the second, go for it. But I like too many other linemen better that I think will still be there.
See, that's my problem. I'm starting to like linemen that can get drafted in the third round. I'm ready to take them at 39. I'm like,
it's like what was our boy's name out of Indiana?
Oh yeah, Carter Smith.
Yeah. And then we're doing that mock draft, and as we're doing the mock draft, when I was in the chat that day, he announced he's going back to Indiana for his final year. I'm like, God bless it.
Hey, that might be a blessing in disguise for us, because maybe next year that's what we do. We end up grabbing him next year. But what's funny is I did a mock draft. He was still in it. I did a full round. I got him later.
It depends what some of these companies aren't updating as often as they probably should. I use that mock draft hero. It's pretty up to date. And then I think it's PFG.
But on the phone, the one on the phone is one I think I saw him still in. I was shocked.
That one doesn't get updated often at all. It's just I just got on there for fun. But the PFG one, it seems they update that about every hour almost. And the only problem is if you don't have the paid subscription, you can only do one draft a day.
See, that's crazy. Who cares how many drafts people do? See, this needs to be something fun. These people put this out, whatever. It's something fun for the regular fan, the casual fan, just to get into, to do that. So that's why they shouldn't have this. You got to pay this, pay that. Everybody wants some sort of damn money now, and I hate that shit. They're exploiting every area of everything, and it gets insane. No one can actually have fun anymore without having to spend some damn money.
There is one out there. I'm going to have to go through the different websites I use to figure out which website it was on again to send it to you, but it's a GM Hero, I think it's called. So you start in the beginning of the offseason, you pick who you want to re-sign of your free agents. Then you go into free agency, pick who you want to pick up in free agency, and it's all within the cap budget. And then you do the draft on their page to who you want to add, and then it sims the next season to tell you how much you improved based on your add-ins and removals.
Oh, damn. We might have to do something like that. You figure that out. What's up, Triple B? Yeah, we definitely might have to do something like that just to try to be the GM, because they call us the GMs of the Browns, or we should be. So we might have to get involved in that. But, all right. So let's say.
Oh, I found it already.
All right. Well, let's say we get Tyler Lindenbaum. We signed him. He's good. We got a center. Let's also say we get Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, whatever. We get a receiver, free agency. We get that. Re-signed Devin Bush. He's re-signed. And then what else? Maybe we get Isaiah Likely. All right. Let's just round that up, and that's what it is. That's what happens. So let's try to go into this draft, and let's presume that we know what we need. You still want to draft lineman. You still want to get wide receiver. But we need to make sure things happen. So let's see which way this goes.
So it's got a countdown going on. We got about 1 second, and then it should start simming through these. Okay. Oh, that's a surprise. Delaney went 5 to the Giants.
Dang.
That's about the highest I've ever seen him taken.
Things are changing.
Okay. So we come into the 6th pick now. We got a Spencer Fano available, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson, Lemon. Got a lot of options here. Which route do you think we want to go on this?
Well, I don't think Go ahead.
We're assuming we picked up Linderbaum,
Yes.
and we're assuming we picked up Walker.
All right, we can throw Walker in there. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else you want to assume?
Now we got a veteran wide receiver, but let's just say it's Christian Kirk.
Okay. So nobody that's going to take over that number 1 spot
Yeah,
for us.
no.
What do you think?
I'm thinking it's either got to be a wide receiver or you got to take Caleb Downs. That's where I'm going to go with it.
So normally in my drafts, I go wide receiver or tackle based on who was taken prior. But I completely agree with you. It's hard to pass up on a player. I mean, if we get those two positions filled in free agency, we're a little more open to making some changes in the way our draft strategy is. And it'd be really hard to pass up on somebody that like Caleb Downs that is potentially a generational player that in 12 to 14 years, we might see him in a gold jacket.
Yes. I feel like that's where we almost got to go because I think later on we can grab like Denzel Boston or I'm not big on KC Conception, but he's down there.
I want height.
Yeah, I want a bigger guy.
But if we take a Caleb Downs at 6 here, we definitely have to go wide receiver at 24.
100%. So
you want to go Caleb Downs?
Yes, go Caleb Downs. And Triple B, yeah, I think Sanders has got to be QB1. They're not gonna put Deshaun out there. He might look good in shorts and his t-shirt, but they're not gonna go through that drama again. They're gonna let Sanders ride the season out, I believe. And then if we need a QB, they can draft a QB. There's gonna be 15 of them.
We're not going to be relevant next year. I don't care what happens.
You don't think so?
We're not going to be completely we're not going to be relevant enough to worry about 1 or 2 bad mistakes coming from our quarterback every game. Big mistakes. We definitely don't want a Deshaun Watson playing, but it's not like we're going to draft a quarterback in this draft that's going to go in there and be better than what we have.
No, not at all.
So let's see who is here. We are to the 24th pick. And Buffalo took Concepcion, so we don't have to worry about that. Boston's available. Let's filter by position here because we're going wide receiver for sure. I think this one's a no-brainer.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we got to go Denzel Boston, get that big body receiver for us.
Yeah, I need David Boston's offspring to be on this team. David Boston was a big boy. That dude was 300. They try to say he was something small. That dude was like 300 pounds, 6'4", killing everybody out there.
So just so the viewers know, we did select to do all 7 rounds on this one.
Yeah, we are going 7. Then we'll talk in between. Hit the chat. Tell us what you think, or if you want to see what your team's done. We'll let you know. I know Triple B, you a Ravens fan over there. You got some Packers fans. There's a Steelers fan in the chat.
I'm from. I grew up in Youngstown area. I'm 90% of my family Steelers fans, but lucky enough, I got my dad forced me onto the other side of the ball. So,
well, I grew up in Cleveland, but half my family came from PA, so they're Steelers fans.
Right. Okay. We are to our second round pick now, pick 39. If you notice at the top there, right above the player icon, it lists our team needs based on needs. We did pick up an offensive tackle already. We did pick up a center in free agency, so we could go that route here. But what else are you thinking?
I'll be honest. I don't know if Dunker's going to last till a third. I feel like him being able to play 3 positions on the line is huge.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I wanted, but I didn't want to put it out there until you agreed with me.
I'm all for it because, dude, the fact that we sat there and at the senior game, he played center. We know he's played tackle. We've seen him move to guard when need be. This dude can play it all, and he's a mean, nasty, redheaded, mullet-wearing dude. And
he's the ginger plow.
Yeah, that's the type of guy you want. So I'm going to definitely have to say Dunker. Oh, you guys are in Missouri, huh?
Ooh.
Yeah, you out there with Tanner. Tanner's out there in Missouri. They're all out there. Everybody's got right around there.
What do they think about losing their team to Kansas?
Yeah, how are you guys feeling that Triple B? You know, moving to Kansas, actually being the Chiefs in Kansas, and that whole situation's weird. Kansas City, Missouri, like what? That's that. I don't know, man. Is Botkins out there too? Yeah, I guess Botkins is out there too, man. There's a lot of you guys all out there. That's right. He has literally showed up and been on there. Man, that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, here. Let's see. We are at pick 70 now.
All right.
Let me scroll this up. We got Dunker now. We got Boston. We took the Ohio State beast, Caleb Downs.
All right.
So if we got a center, we got our left tackle and right tackle. Well, are we going to say Dunker's going to be our right tackle, or are we going to go after another tackle?
No,
Are we going to assume?
He's going to be a guard. He's going to end up playing in Batonio's or Teller. If Teller, we don't bring him back.
I don't think any of them come back.
Yeah, I think Batonio retires unless they somehow say, "Hey, we need you here to teach these young bucks 1 year at least," and he agrees with it just to see where it goes. And yeah, Teller. I mean, I don't know. I love his wife being as fiery as she is, talking all that shit. I'd bring him back if he come with.
I'm all for bringing him back, but I just don't see it happening.
So yeah, I think we might have to go tackle again here.
Let's see here.
Chiefs moving to Kansas. He does not like. I bet not. Shit. Everybody has up in arms about the Browns moving from downtown to Brook Park. People
What
are
are they?
pissed about that, and that's a 10-minute drive.
What are they? 155 yards over the Cleveland border now?
Yeah, like I mean, you were a football field and a half away from Cleveland. I agree. I agree with you, Triple B.
I don't like seeing teams move. I really wish Cleveland could have done something where we got rid of that airport right there, Burke Lakefront, and built a stadium there.
Well, they do all that stuff over there. They do the air show, and then you got that not F1, but you got that Grand Prix that goes on over there. They do a lot of stuff over there. So I figured they weren't going to do that. But there had to have been something where you could just knock down a load of shit and put it somewhere.
There's
a lot of
plenty of
buildings.
plenty of shitty spots in Cleveland that we could tear down.
Yes. All right, where are we at?
We are at what pick? Let me scroll
70.
down. Sorry, 70. Trying to think which one of these boys will actually stay at tackle.
Who's up there?
I really like Drew Shelton. I mean, he's just the definition of a tackle in the NFL.
Is that the A&M tackle?
That's the one from Penn State.
Oh, yeah. I like him, too.
He's what, 6'5", 310 or something like that?
Big boy.
He's ranked number 136 on this list. So do you think 70 is a little soon to take him? When's our next pick?
That might be a reach.
You think we just take the chance and hope he's there at 107 and fill a different need now?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and go back. I mean, you might as well go back to wide receiver. Go ahead and see what we got going on there still. Because we can't seem to hit on wide receivers. So let's make sure we get something going.
So let's see here. Jacoby Lane's still there.
See, that ain't a bad pick either.
I like Skylar Bell. I'd be between those two probably out of this list that's here.
Yeah, I'm down with Jacoby Lane.
That's not reaching too much. He's got good size. He's 6'4", 200 pounds.
It's all about that speed now.
Is he coming off an injury? Is he the wide receiver from USC coming off the injury, or is it the other one?
I don't know, man. I know it's not Lemon.
Let me look real quick.
It might be him, and that might be an issue. That's just like Jordan Tyson. That's the only thing that makes me stay away from him a little bit because of his injuries.
He broke his foot in May.
Oh man, so he's coming up, or he's about to be fully healthy or something.
And then he came back, played some, and then he was out with an inconclusive injury. That's all they listed it as.
I feel like that just means he didn't feel 100 and didn't want to push it.
And he didn't want to fuck up his draft stats. I say we take the risk. I mean, we're at pick 70 now. We could take a little bit of a risk now. It's a little different than taking Jordan Tyson at 6 and having a dude that misses a quarter of the season every year.
Yeah, I'm down with Jacoby Lane. I agree with you, Triple B. I think KC will have that Super Bowl there soon. Again, just like the Browns, they open in 29. I think the Super Bowl shows up there in the following years quickly.
And maybe if they're still relevant, they can be like Tampa and get a Super Bowl win in their home stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy when they did that. That was crazy. I mean, SoFi is now, you got the Chargers and the Rams that could actually be at home next year.
It's going.
I'll say we got a little bit of a minute until we get to our pick, and then in the 5th round, we got 3. So it'll be like bam, 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 bam. Oh, man.
So here's a question for you.
Yes.
While we're waiting. Last year's draft, minus the what's his name? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now.
What, Carson?
No, the other quarterback.
Oh, Dylan.
Yeah. Minus him, we hit.
100%.
So now with that being said, if we go back, we make say we make the same trade with Jacksonville. Who do you take? Do you think Mason Graham's still there? Or do we take a Carson Schlesinger?
See, that's crazy. Because Carson would end up being that high. If you know what you know now.
Carson's not making it out of top 10 knowing what we know now.
Yeah, I know. That's what's shitty.
And I don't think Harold Fandon makes it out of the first round.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, that's now we got to look. Quinshawn Junkins is probably hitting in the first. And
so we have the choice of our draft picks of the 4 there that I just listed. We have the choice to bring back one of them, and we have to take them with our first pick in the first round.
Oh, man.
Who do you take?
You're probably taking Carson.
100%. That's who I'm into, but it sucks because then that would put us another year behind on the offense. We don't have that tight end. We probably would have kept Njoku then. We probably would have tried to keep him another year. He wouldn't be running away because he lost his starting position. We're screwed on running back at that point, unless
we still get Dylan probably, or Travion, depending, because the way the Patriots used Travion, it wasn't like they really believed in him, and that was crazy to me. Like, why didn't you use him more? Like, I thought they would have used him a lot more.
So when the Browns made that draft pick and they took Junkins, I'm watching the screen and I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. We took both Buckeyes were there, and we took. I put Henderson above him initially,
I feel it.
And I'm like, why would you go do that? And I mean, it panned out minus the injury. I mean, you're never going to be able to predict that. And that was a freak act. I was at that game. That was the worst injury I've ever seen in person on the football field.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, maybe I got to give Andrew Berry a little credit, and maybe he did his research on that one, and maybe not having D. Podesta chirping in his ear every draft pick kind of helped him.
100%. People are on Barry about his drafts and all this shit. D. Podesta had the final say in all this. He had
I
the
think
final
this was the
say.
first draft since Barry got here that he actually
was him.
sat down and said, "It's me.
Yes.
I'm making the decision. This is what we're doing." And if that's the case, and it happens again next year, and we have another good draft, I'm going to start forgiving him for some of the other shitty picks because I'm going to point it towards that deep Desta.
Look,
Because no one even knows what he did there. We just paid him money.
and he sat in California. That was a
Yep.
huge issue. He sat in California, but threw him a bunch of damn money. This dude just controlled whatever, the analytics, the stupid shit. He's a baseball dude, so he was trying to do money ball with a professional football team, and you can't really do that shit. My cousin hates Andrew Barry because of the picks, different trades, different this. Problem is you don't understand is Barry actually still has some decent picks through the years. You know, Emerson. I don't know if Newsom was part of it all, but you know he still has some decent picks.
So here's another thing too: is Andrew Barry did not have the final say in the Watson trade.
No,
because you're not going to offer that kind of money without having the owner who's paying the check 100% on board, and he was probably chirping in his ear.
Yeah, that was definitely a Haslam thing. That was probably a Deep Podesta thing. I don't think it was Barry or Stefanski really in that situation. And I don't.
Unfortunately, Stefanski took the hit on that one.
Oh, he did take it, and that's fine because he's not here no more. So he's going to take the brunt. I think Jimmy's taking the brunt of it too, but Jimmy's trying to right the ship from being wrong now, and hopefully he allows Barry to do his thing with this free agency. The trade market, because even Schefter, he puts it out there and says there's going to be more trades than there's been in a long time in this year's free agency due to certain things. And I think that's true. So I think there's going to be some pieces moving. I think there's going to be a lot of free agent signings we probably didn't think we could nab. Because I sent you a thing, I think it was on Instagram. Poster was, I shared it to you. And it showed how we're going to free up $70 million in cap space and the re-signings we can do and the different signings we can do and what the draft could look like. And I was like, whoo, boy, that could be something. What's going on, Fatty?
Hey.
I'm like, I could really get behind that. And I think that could be where we go with it. So now, again, I think this is Barry's year to really fully say, hey, this is all me. Now let's really see this. And if he hits it again, he don't got to hit A+ home run again. But if this dude picks up the receiver, the lineman we need, keeps putting position players for depth and adds some stuff that we really need, and he's like, all right, man, we're in the A, B+ range. I'm cool with that.
If we have half the draft we did last year, I'm good.
Dude, and we can do that. And I bet, because we got 3 5th-rounders, I bet 2 of them wind up gone. We trade them away. We might even trade one of the dude. That 24th pick might get traded. I've even looked at that possibility of A.J. Brown all of a sudden winding up on this team. Marvin Harrison Jr., I would love to wind up on this team because I still think he's young and good. He is very young and very talented. I think he's just in his head with the whole he's dropping the ball. But again, he's also looking to make moves because he's dropped the ball so much. He's like, shit, I got to do something to make people forget. And he does do that. It's funny because he'll drop the ball like 4 times. Then he'll catch one and he'll break loose. And you'll be like, shit, well worth it then. But,
so on me and Brian's show, the Factory Mock Drafts, who were we? I want to say Mac, the Buffalo, was on. And we were talking wrist down. Do you see Fatty's comment?
Yeah.
So if Philadelphia, they got what, the 23rd?
Yeah, right 23rd to right before us.
So would you give them 6 for the 23rd pick and A.J. Brown?
Depending on how free agency works out, if we do get Tyler Linderbaum and Rasheed Walker, 100%.
Because if you think about it, he's probably going to produce as much as any of these rookie wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And it also frees up, we're not paying some dude at 6 that might not hit all that money, and it's a lower hit down the road. And we could get a Denzel Boston and a Concepcion there. We can do 2 offensive linemen. We can fill other needs that are there because we hit on arguably what would you put him at? Top 10 wide receiver in the NFL right now?
Definitely top 10.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
You could do it Denzel Boston, and then you can be like, you know what? If we did get Walker and Linderbaum, I might not be inclined to go offensive line. You know, maybe I switch up and go McDonald from Ohio State on the defensive line side and put him next to Mason Graham depending on how Malik Collins comes back from that injury, or just to add depth and see where it all goes. But again, you just draft the line. You can get Freeland or whoever you want there. But yeah, you're definitely taking another wide receiver there, but you're back to back. And you know somebody's going to come calling again for one of those.
Yeah, somebody can come in and say, hey, we'll give you next year's first and a third rounder for the 23rd or the 24th pick. And I would jump all over that at that point. Yep. We have a wide receiver we hit in free agency if it played out the way we're talking. Mm-hmm. We can take that chance. And then next year's draft is fucking loaded.
Yes, it is. And again, if we have a problem at QB, there's 15 of them. 15 of them that you could say potentially can be something. Like, holy shit. I mean, you got Dante Moore up there, Julian Sayin, Arch Manning, Trinidad. You got all these dudes that are going to come out. And that's just a sample size with the ones I named out. I mean, you got plenty of them. Sorsby, all these dudes that you could be like, all right, cool, we could take a risk on one of these guys next year because we could have 2 picks. And I'd be willing to trade one of those picks too. So we can draft. You could take a risk and take offensive lineman, inside lineman. If we drafted the tackles, or if Freeland, you want to put Freeland in there, put him on the other side, whatever you want to do with that. Yeah, I'd be all for that.
So far we've taken Caleb Downs, Denzel Boston, Dunker, and Jacoby Lane. So we got an offensive lineman, 2 wide receivers, and the generational player out of Ohio State. This point, it's
going to be tight end or linebacker, I feel.
So we got to go all positions here. Let's see who's on this board. I like Devin Moore, the cornerback out of Florida.
All right. Yeah, I can't really read the screen, so I'm gonna have to really feel like, again, like I said, I feel like this. You know, you can get another corner or the tight end linebacker position just to have another guy, unless we bring in like a likely. Again, depending on whether we sign Devin Bush, you might need another linebacker to step up.
Let's see here. Let's take some of these positions out of here. We're not going to go after. Because obviously waiting didn't work because Shelton's gone, it looks like. Yeah, Shelton. No, Drew Shelton is still there.
Oh, then I guess that's it, right? There it was. The risk and reward.
So now as this is floating through to our next pick at 139, we have 4 offensive linemen between free agency and our mock draft here. We could potentially take one more, but I don't think it's going to be – we can wait till extremely late in the draft for that.
Yes.
We have 2 wide receivers plus Jerry Jeudy, and we have Caleb Downs at safety. So obviously we don't have to worry about the safety position now.
No, because we still got Del Pitt and you still got Ronnie Hickman in there, so you can play the nickel. You got that safety positions covered.
So let's see here. Where are we at?
And you got 3 picks here in the 5th round.
Oh, I paused it on accident. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. As we wait for this to blow through. I fucked up. When I set the settings, there's 3 speed settings, and I kept it on slow instead of fast. to blast through the other positions. But I notice when you go through slow on these things, they make the picks based on the team's needs instead of just best available sometimes. So there's different people opened up.
Well, trying to think of who else I would like.
I'm trying to think of what other wide receivers out there are going to be wanting out of the team they're on now.
Yeah, you probably can get Keon Coleman right here. Here he is, right on this helmet. Keon Coleman, because the Bills have all that shit talking going on over there. That's probably
They threw him under the bus.
yeah. He might want the hell out of there, and he's young, and he'd probably be inexpensive to be honest, because the production hasn't been there. But I think it can be there. He was a basketball player. He's a big dude. He's got hands. I just don't feel like they use him enough.
You put him next to Denzel Boston and Lane, and we still assuming we still have Judy. Judy can be the senior guy on the team. I think that'd be a hell of a receiver core right there.
Yeah, because you can get rid of Tillman. Can go. You can trade him. Maybe put him in the trade to get Keon Coleman. All right, Tillman, you're out of here. We keep Isaiah Bond and let the special teams really work with him to be that returner. He could really be that return guy. I think that could work out big time.
So we're at pick 139. Let's see who's here. Let's go. What do you think? Cornerback, linebacker?
Yeah, cornerback, linebacker.
So we're at pick 139. There's somebody on this list that's standing out to me at linebacker that I think is an absolute stud.
Ooh, Curry.
And no, Aiden Fisher from Indiana. I think he will. Let me see this real quick. Aiden Fisher stats.
And Indiana was underrated, big time underrated. Then they got relevant in the playoffs and people started paying attention.
So he had last year, he took a small downsize on the total tackles, but he finished the year with 95 tackles total, 4.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 interceptions.
Producing.
I would
hit the button.
I would love to have him in this system. I think he would greatly improve on those stats, especially if he sits in, especially if JOK doesn't come back.
Yes.
Which the more it seems like it, the more it seems like he probably won't be back. That might have been a football career-ending injury, unfortunately, but I hate to say it because he is a stud that I'm going to miss, but
yes,
I wish him the best, and I hope he does come back, and I hope he's at the same level he was, but it doesn't seem like it.
Well, and if he can't come back as a player, maybe we could keep him around sidelines, be that guy, maybe even help him be a linebacking coach with Tarver, because Tarver's still going to stick around. Banda's still sticking around, even though we got Ruttinger or Ruttenberg or whatever the hell, how you say it. They call him Rudy. Got him now signed as DC, and I think the system stays the same. He has some wrinkles too, but I think it gets better because he's coached some all-pros. He made Xavier Watts an all-pro last year. It is rookie. He's a rookie, dude, and made him huge.
I agree with you. So we are bounced back. We're back again. Let's see here. I gotta go to all positions again because it's throwing me off. So we have a linebacker tied up, 2 wide receivers, 2 offensive linemen, and a safety. We're at pick 144. What are you thinking?
Maybe a tight end.
Let's see who's there. I think we're going to be down to the. So Joe Royer, that tight end out of Cincy.
Yeah, he's a big boy too. Yeah,
he's 6'4", 255. Or Raritan out of Notre Dame, he's 6'7".
That's a big boy. God, man,
that screams tackle all over it.
That does. Just another tackle standing out there, run blocking and pass blocking.
So Royer won the Mackey Award, or I'm sorry, he was selected for the Mackey Award. He didn't win it. He had 4 touchdowns, 416 yards this year. Reardon went 482 yards. Doesn't list his touchdowns, though, so I don't know if that means he had none or they're just not listing him.
I feel like he was more of a blocker than anything.
Which is kind of what we need with Fannin already there.
I say we take the big boy, big 6'7".
Picks in. Let's go.
Put the big boy out there again. When you want to put that line, make Quinshawn and Sampson get some holes. I mean, that boy's going to help out.
You got someone 6'7" that's not a lineman sitting there plowing people over. So we are at pick 147 already. Let's see here. Let me close some of this out so we're a little more thin. So I don't think we got to touch offensive linemen. Do we start looking at maybe because Dylan's gone?
Yeah, Dylan's gonna be gone.
We got Sanders and Watson.
See, here's my problem. You start talking about drafting a quarterback, and my whole thing is on the show at the end of it. If there's anything to add, it's don't draft a quarterback.
I know. Just throwing it out there.
The only quarterback I would take in this draft, and it's because I know he knows he has to sit there and chill no matter what, would be Drew Allard.
I like him.
I love the mechanics. If he would have been the one I would have said draft if we were drafting a quarterback for real. That would have been the guy I'd want. But he got hurt, so not drafting that dude. But I mean, we could draft him if we're gonna do this thing. That would be the only one I'd be okay with.
Oh, I agree. Let's see here. Let's get what about a cornerback? We can go. Did you say no or
no? I'm good with that. We need somebody that could transfer to kick and punt returner. So we need that speed. So if there's a corner or a late wide receiver that we know we can put over there, that's what we're going to need.
What about the dude out of Washington, that Prysock? He's 6'4", 195, had 48 tackles on the year, 1 interception, 7 pass breakups. He's the one that followed the coach over there from Arizona.
Yeah. Man, I wish they told you they're 40. Like, I want to know their speed. Yeah, I can go with that.
I don't think those are going to be listed on here until after the combine.
Yeah, I can get with that. Like I said, I feel like a couple of these picks are going to be traded away.
Yeah. So that leaves us with 2 more picks left in this mock draft. We're going to be waiting here for a second for 205 to pop up, and then we got 249.
Man.
I have a feeling this first round of this the actual draft, we're going to see probably the most trades we've seen in years.
I agree with that. And to be honest, I said that last year. I said, watch the beginning of this and watch how many trades happen. And I was 1 away from being absolutely on target with what I said because I just saw it all shifting. And I think this is going to be the same way. And it could start right away, not with, the Raiders, but you could see, maybe the Cardinals be one of them teams because, all right, they're looking at linemen. They're talking about taking Francis Maioa. Well, they could trade out of that and still get Fano or something. And
they could trade down to 8 with the Saints and still get either Fano or Francis and still.
I think the Bengals could be looking to move up. I think Dallas could be looking to move up. The Rams, the Jets. The Jets may be talking, saying, hey, Ty Simpson's showing some shit. We want him. Moving up. All sorts of shit could happen. It all depends on what goes down in this combine and how these quarterbacks shake out. Because I think if Ty Simpson shows some real flair, he might end up jumping all the way to the top 10. Because lately in some of these drafts that I see him in, he's going 16 to the Jets or he's going 21st to the Steelers. He shows out. He's going to definitely jump up into that top 10. But yeah, the trades are gonna go crazy. I would love to be one. I'd trade down with Dallas and take 12 and 20. They want 6. I'll take 12 and 20.
I'll do that straight up.
Yeah, boom, done.
I'd be willing to do the Rams.
Oh yeah, because what do they got us? What is it?
What are they? 13 and 29.
Yeah, 13 and 29. Hey, you could do that too. And if they really need a pick, here's a 5th round. We got fucking 100 of them. Here's a 5th rounder. You could have that too, and just boom. And then you're still getting everything you want. You're still going to be able to get the receiver you want. You can still be able to get, linemen. Especially if you jump down in the middle, you're going to be able to get the guy from Penn State, the inside lineman from Penn State, depending on what we do in free agency. And if we do Rasheed Walker and somehow get Linderbaum, both of them, then you just need inside linemen. Because, again, DeJuan Jones will come back. Hopefully he's fully healthy because, he was early in the year. Get him back. Keep him at right tackle. Don't be moving this big dude around no more.
I think that's the thing that kills these guys on the line. They keep jumping them around so many places, and they're not used to that position. They're not used to twisting their body in certain directions because they're and then they're getting hurt, and people are like, well, why is everyone hurt? Well, quit moving them around.
Yeah, they're doing something different. They're used to turning to their right and blocking. They're not used to turning to their left so much or scooting back to their left, or they're not used to being inside and having to worry about a double team taking on 2 defenders. It's a whole slew of things, and they got to start understanding that DeJuan Jones was young and he was a big body, but his ass can move. His footwork is amazing.
It'd be the same as them telling me and you to go run a 5K tomorrow.
Go do it, but shit, who knows if we're gonna cross the line?
Yeah, I might cross the line. It's going to be in the back of a squad.
Or you're going hours later.
I'll be on a motorized scooter I stole from Target when I ran by it. So we are now at 2:05. We have 2 picks left. Let's see who's here. Let's go all positions. See if anyone's popping out to me on this list. When we get down this far, some of these names are like, I don't know who that is.
That dude from John Carroll that shocked everybody and says he will get drafted in the 6th and 7th round. I can't think of his name. He came from out of state, ended up going to John Carroll. They're looking at him as a receiver. It could be a kick, punt returner. Dude's quick, run routes, got good hands. That's a dude you would take later in these rounds. Like I said, someone you could throw out there, say, hey, you're going to be a special teams dude. You're going to return these kicks and punts for us.
But I'm trying to think how to word this to look what his name is.
God, what?
Too bad my brother-in-law wasn't here. He played football for John Carroll. Are you talking about Montgomery?
Yes.
Tyron Montgomery. Let's see if he's still here.
There's no way he's picked already. There ain't no way.
He's not even on this list.
That's crazy. Maybe he was already picked. That'd be insane.
I'm just scrolling through. He went 171 to the 49ers.
Wow. He's moving up. Hey, man, congrats to that dude if he does move up like that. He went from nobody to undrafted to drafted, and that was what round was that? The 5th? That was a 5th round?
171. Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be the 5th, right?
I'm doing math in my head. I'm not good at that. That's what I got a computer for. I want to say that's the 6th. No, that's the 5th. That's the end of the 5th.
All right. Yeah. See, damn, man, I like that for him. All right. Well,
good for him.
Hell yeah.
That doesn't help our pick any, but
that doesn't help for us. But yeah, congrats to the JC grad.
Well, if he's moving up that much and he shows up to the combine and actually produces, maybe we'll.
He might be someone we have to start looking at.
So the only positions we really haven't gone after, so we got our linemen covered, wide receivers. I'm not ever against taking another wide receiver because we could always use more. Linebacker, tight end, cornerback. Do we want to add some defensive line depth?
Yeah, we definitely need to do that too, just in case, Malik Collins goes down because Hall hasn't stepped up. I mean, we need the run game to be stopped, and I'm hoping that's what Ruttinger is doing. He's going to see that the wide nine is a problem. If you can get slashed in the run game, hopefully he can change that up just a little bit to make it to where we'll keep the same scheme to an extent, but we're going to cut down on that and have somebody stop this run on the inside. What up, Bobby?
Yep. Oh, that's not Bobby G, is it?
Oh, it's Bobby.
Oh. Not too hip on most of these guys that are here for defensive lineman and edge.
I mean, we could always just go best available and just let the last two picks be that.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's go all positions. So
is that Texas Tech and Utah?
It's a tight end and a wide receiver out of there. The third one on the best available was actually the edge I was looking at out of Western Michigan. He was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year last year. He got 21 tackles for loss and 14 and a half sacks last year.
Sounds like a guy. Pick him. Sounds like the dude we need.
So as soon as I saw that stat line, I'm like, oh, I know he's playing in the MAC, but if half of that produces and carries on to the NFL, we're good at this point in the draft.
Hey, Khalil Mack played in the MAC, and you see what he's got in his career. So here we are again.
So best available at this point, there's a quarterback. We don't want him. Let's see what Eric McAllister out of TCU, wide receiver. He's 6'3", 205. He had 64 receptions for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Damn. There it is. That sounds like the pick.
Sounds good to me. So let's go. Let's look at Cleveland here. Well, first, let's look at the first round. All teams. I'm going to sort this to 3 columns so we can see it all on one page. Trying to see if anything here stands out to me before I switch it over. The only thing that surprised me was Delaney going so soon.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things like that. I've watched people drop. Like in one draft, I saw Francis Mayowa drop all the way down to like the middle of the draft. I'm like, wow.
I'm like, at that point, the Browns better be thinking about packaging that 24th pick up with something to move up and snag him up.
Even if he's going to switch to guard, you can put him. We're going to need the guard. And I love the way he was played in the playoffs, man. That dude was a monster.
So let me get this off the screen. Sorry about that. So we finished off the draft taking Caleb Downs with the 6th overall pick. Obviously, there was no trades in this draft, so our next pick was 24 that we got from Jacksonville. We took the big body wide receiver out of Washington, Denzel Boston. Then we took the, what did I call him, the ginger plow. Dunker out of Iowa. I think that's the biggest one for us in this draft, mock draft anyway, because of his versatility on that line. Because he could play any position. He could fill in. Obviously, if we get a Linderbaum, he's not going to be playing center, but he can fill in for Linderbaum if need be.
Yes.
It's not going to be at the same level, obviously, because Linderbaum's one of the best centers in the league right now.
But the versatility just is insane.
Yeah.
I think you could play all 3 positions on the line. It's crazy.
And honestly, if we end up trading that 6th pick back with either Dallas or the Rams to get both their first rounders, so we end up with 3 first rounders, I wouldn't be opposed to snagging him up towards the end of the first round.
Oh, yeah, you can do that with that 29th pick. If we did the Rams, grabbed him right there, I'd be in line with it.
Jacoby Lane, another big-bodied wide receiver out of USC. He's coming off a little bit of an injury, but it was early enough in the year, so hopefully he'll be good to go by beginning of our season. Hopefully that doesn't transition over to the NFL of him being injured all the time. But from what I saw in that quick little search I just did today, it was his first injury of his career, so hopefully it's a rarity for him. Drew Shelton, I forget who I was watching. It was one of the ESPN broadcasters when they were talking about him, and they're like, he's just the definition of offensive tackle in the NFL when you think of what somebody should look like as an offensive tackle.
He's a big boy.
Big, barrel-chested, huge, just ready to fight to the death for his quarterback. Aiden Fisher, got a stud linebacker out of Indiana, arguably the best defense in the NCAA this year. We got the Shaquille O'Neal version of tight ends out of Notre Dame for Eli Reardon there.
The next Darnell Washington.
Right? Shit, if we can get 300-400 yards out of him a year and 1 or 2 touchdowns and he can block the rest of the time, I'll be happy as a pig in shit for that one.
Yep, sounds good.
Prysock, the cornerback, he's huge. He's what, 6'4", 6'5".
Yep.
He's going to be able to go against these. Like you said, too bad they don't list his 40 time on here to see what his speed is, but he should be able to go against these big-bodied wide receivers and not having to be having a 70-inch vertical jump just to get up high enough to catch the ball.
Yeah.
And Nadame, or No Name Tucker, as I'm calling him right now because I didn't know who he was. But with that stat line out of Western Michigan, that's pretty. That's a pretty good pick there at 205. And then we finished up with Eric McAllister, TCU wide receiver, had over 1,000 yards, he had double-digit touchdowns this year. So we got 3 new wide receivers to add to this wide receiver core to go along with Jerry Jeudy.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And I think Denzel Boston will be a hit. If we grab him, I think he will definitely be a hit.
Then I always like to see who Mr. Irrelevant was, to see who's going to be the next Brock Purdy. I have Jordan Hudson, wide receiver out of SMU.
Oh, all right, man.
He was pre-draft predicted at 228. He went at 257.
All right, well, that could be the dude then, right?
So what's next on the list?
Well, let me ask you this. You know, they got all these all-star games out here, right? You know, you do the Pro Bowl, you got the NBA shit, the baseball shit, the hockey. Should we throw them all in the trash, or is there one that you actually can say, you know what, I actually watch and I enjoy it?
Couldn't tell you the last time I watched a Pro Bowl.
All right.
I watched the MLB All-Star game just because there's nothing else on. No other sports are playing at that time that I'm watching. There's nothing else on, so it gives me a reason to sit in my garage and drink with the neighbors. Plus, it does have something to play for. They're playing for home field advantage in the World Series. I believe hockey switched to that format too. I've been trying my hardest to get into hockey. I don't have a team because I haven't been watching hockey my life. So,
yeah.
And I don't want to really just, let's pick the best team on the playing right now and be the front runner. But also, I don't want to pick a team that's going to absolutely be terrible because I can only handle 2 of those or one of those, and I got the Browns. So
yeah, Blue Jackets are pretty shitty.
Yeah, it's hard, and I don't care what anyone says. I can't root for a Pittsburgh team.
No. Yeah, see, with hockey, like, if you watch their all-star thing, it's crazy the things they do. The one-on-ones they do, the different puck shots they got to make. Stuff is nuts. I actually enjoyed it the one time I watched. I was like, you know what? That was probably better than anything I've watched.
Well, I've never watched one, so I'm not going to shit on them for that. But honestly, I think the Pro Bowl just needs to go.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look up this NHL All-Star because I want to see. It's supposed to be like around now. All right, what the hell? Oh, they canceled it. To avoid conflicts with the winner, instead of the All-Star game to be determined, international event will take place February. Maybe it already happened. I don't know. That's crazy. They canceled it because of the Winter Olympics. All right. I was going to say.
And there's a complete break between now so they can play in the Olympics. So there's no hockey right now.
Yeah, there's nothing going on right now. With the Pro Bowl, the game's always been stupid. I was all good with the skill stuff they're doing. They had the point determinations on the different things the quarterbacks had to throw out. Jason Kelsey hiking the ball and having to fit it in the different size holes. You're like, man, you never really understood how a center and how accurate that had to be and how, good they had to be to do that. Like, it made me actually understand the position a little better when I'm watching some of these things. Now, if they could take some of the old skill challenges from back in like the 90s or early 2000s and combine it with some of the new stuff and be like, there's your Pro Bowl. We're not even going to have a damn game. We're just going to do these skills challenges. I'm all for that.
Yeah, but the game's pointless.
Yeah, the game is pointless. If you want to do the flag football thing because you're getting ready for the Olympics and want to do that, cool, whatever. But they need to have the skills thing because they didn't have that this year, I don't think.
I think it needs to be the week after the Super Bowl.
Yes. That way you get everybody to play. Because, Sanders shouldn't have been in the Pro Bowl.
No.
But the thing is there was injuries that really was reason why he wasn't in there. They say it was because of Drake May. What the thing is Sunshine could have been in there. There could have been all sorts of dudes that actually took that spot. They chose not to. And dudes were injured. So, yeah, it should be after the Super Bowl. So it's just an added thing to do. Whatever, something fun. And take it back to Hawaii. Take it back over here.
Make it fun for the players to let's take my family to Hawaii so I can play in these little no meaningful games that are just there for fun. My family gets to enjoy a nice vacation after following me all around the country for world now for this entire season, especially as long as it is now. But now that it's traveling around and it's not in beautiful Hawaii anymore, I think it's kind of pointless.
It does suck for them because that's what their whole thing was. They even stated that. We used to take family vacation. They used to be a great vacation, kids, wife, they go do whatever they do, beautiful weather. I go have some fun, whatever. And that'd be that. And they stopped that. And I think that killed that. The NBA one, absolutely stupid as shit now. You just had somebody that's actually hurt for the year win the 3-point contest, the dunk contest. Looked like a high school thing, and not even that. The high school dunk contest will probably beat that one out. Jackson Hayes dunking from the middle of the paint and thought that was going to be okay. The other guy had someone throw the ball off the side of the backboard. Then he proceeded to hit his head off the side of the backboard trying to do a dunk. This shit's getting stupid. It's time to put street dunkers out there and let them play. Let the NBA players sit down. Be done with that shit. Even, what they did this year with the round robin, with the striped stars in the world, that was better than what it's been lately, but still, I'd rather go back to East, West, and I want to see people play, not this, hey, we're here.
I honestly didn't even turn it on.
I didn't watch any of it either. I just saw the highlights of this shit.
I did put some money on the dunk contest and actually hit, so I was happy with that. But
that was horrible. That was fucking horrible.
I was like, there's nothing else to bet on.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible. God dang, man. I can't do that shit. And in baseball, yeah, you watch the game to find out who gets home field advantage. That's really it anymore with that one.
I will tell you, when it was in Cleveland a couple years ago, I went up for the celebrity softball game.
I was there too.
That was pretty badass. Watching them play that was cool to see. That kind of stuff I like.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit there and watch it on TV, but I think it cost me and my wife $17 a piece to go into the game.
Oh yeah, it was nothing. I lived in Northfield, so I had another podcast I was doing. It was called Hold Our Beer when I was up there. We drove to Shaker, took the damn train all the way in, did a show, kind of recorded some shit on the way in, drank a little bit, got in there, had some drinks, watched that Celebrity All-Star game, did the whole thing on the way back. That's good. If you're going to it, different story. Going to these events is probably great. I'm not going to sit at home and watch this shit no more. And like this year, like you said, that's the only thing on. The World Cup will be going on. Soccer, look, that's the only time I really watch soccer is when the World Cup's going on. Because now I'm like, all right, USA better beat the shit out of these teams. Now I'm trying to watch who's going to do what. I'll watch it.
That's one sport I've never been able to get into.
listen, I don't know why offsides is offsides. I understand it now more and more that I've gotten to it, but I don't understand even in hockey, icing, this and shit. That rule's the same. I guess it would be the same as what offsides in soccer is what icing is in hockey. But I get into it because, again, it's a world thing then. It's not just some random team, this and that. It's the best of the best out of each country. So I'll watch it. Got no problem with that. That's why this year in sports, it doesn't end. Because you got the Winter Olympics going on, free agency sparking up, basketball, March Madness is about to kick off. Then you go into the draft, and then you got the NHL and NBA finals. Baseball will be going on. That break. You got the World Cup. I mean, if you watch tennis at all, or even look at it a little bit, even for betting purposes, the big tournaments are starting to hit in the summer. I mean, around here, because I live down by Cincinnati now, that Cincinnati Open is wild, man. My son, he'll be 22 this year. Him and two of his buddies came down, stayed the week down here, and they went to like 3 different days down there. They spent like $300 a piece. Went and saw shit live, got autographs and everything. I mean, that's a hell of an event to go to. And I plan on going to it this year just to see if I can get some events or even just a quick interview with one of them dudes and just be able to put it up. That'd be cool as hell. But
you're probably going to make fun of me for this, but my favorite sporting event's coming up in about 2 months here.
what?
Yeah.
Hold on. So what is it? Horse racing?
No.
I'm gonna say the Kentucky Derby. I know that's coming up in a couple months.
That's in what, March?
No, that's in May. It's in May.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, that'd be a little more than 2 months. What month are you talking about?
The whatchamacallit? It's April for the Masters.
Oh yeah, the Masters. All right. Yeah, see, that's something else that's coming. Masters is coming up. That's a huge thing. You got us live on TikTok. Oh, you putting us live. Hell yeah, I appreciate that, Sean. Appreciate that. Yeah, my boys over there, they live across the hall. They put us we're live on TikTok on their stream.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, they do that all the time for me, man. Because I want to go live on TikTok, but it's it's a process to do that shit. I know you said you got some crazy. How many followers you got over there?
I don't have a lot of followers. I'm only at 700 followers, but so I started my TikTok page in September as we were drunk in the garage and I thought I could do it. And by December, I hit my first 1 million views. I hit my second 1 million views by middle of January. Now I'm on the average of almost 1 million views a month.
See, I'm going to have to get with you on that. The 1 million view thing, like, I think the most I put out one video and it was dogging the shit out of somebody and it hit 40,000 or something.
I went on a streak there for about a week where I had like 9 videos in a row all get over 150,000 views, and it took me. It was just a picture with me typing some shit on it. It wasn't even anything.
Listen, and that's how it works. My son, big into anime or whatever. Some years ago, he did, and it'd be just him doing this. He'd point up at something that was typed, not say nothing, just point, and the video would roll. 20 million views. Like what the hell?
I'm trying to find this image for you and throw it up on the screen here for the schedule. I made it last night. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell I put it.
So I would love to get more views into TikTok. I mean, I go on there. It sucks. I was live one time, and I think I said someone got hit in the middle of the field and killed him. They cut my live as soon as I said killed.
So I went through about 2 weeks ago. I went through a issue where I don't know what I said, but I posted a mock draft and I said the Browns were going to destroy them, and they shadow banned me for about a week. I posted like 19 videos in that week and nothing got over 10 views.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
There it is.
What do you got here? What are we about to put up?
So I made this last night. This is our this is me living through my football. I can't let it go yet. We got some big things coming up. I mean, obviously you got the scouting combine coming up in less than a week. It's going to start the 23rd through the 2nd in Indianapolis, which have you ever been out to that?
No, I would love I'm literally maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half away from that. I would love to go.
I went. It was right before COVID. It might have been the 2018 or 19 combine, and that I was out there for 2 days. That was the funnest football experience I've ever had in my life.
How much does it cost to get in there?
I didn't pay anything. My buddy's dad got tickets through work, and it was me, my buddy, and his dad, and we went, and it was a blast. We spent 2 days. I mean, the only thing it cost me was a hotel, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see these players that I've been following in college and see how they're going to produce in the NFL. And it made me realize how much the combine actually matters to the draft.
Man, I'm going to have to look into that. What dates is that?
It starts next week, I think the 23rd through the 2nd of March, yes. Obviously, there's big days based on positions and stuff like that. You'd have to look at the schedule so you're not going on a day when it's like backup cornerbacks or something like that. But and then the day after that ends is when the franchise tag deadline is, which will let us know what free agency is going to be like. And then they have another couple days after that where they can settle with their unrestricted free agents. Let's see here. March 11th, the free agency deals and trades can be official. So that's when we're going to start seeing all these trades pop up and all the free agency signings start. A league meeting, which doesn't mean shit to me. It's just a bunch of rich people that go there to bitch about us not spending enough money. April 6th is a big one because there's a shit ton of teams out there with new head coaches now, but that's when they can start the off-season conditioning. Browns being one of them. Restricted free agents have to sign an offer sheet by April 17th. Otherwise, they're unrestricted free agents. And then the remaining teams on the 20th can they can light it up and start practicing there. Big one, the draft. It's in Pittsburgh this year. I thought about going, but we're going to do us on Network 216 are going to be doing a live event. We're going to find a bar to go to and do a live recording at one of the bars there and watch the draft there. We're going to live stream the whole first round. And then fifth year options deadlines May 1st. And then rookie mini camps start May 1st to the 11th, depending on the teams. I don't know what the restrictions are for that, when or why. I think it's based on position and when they're taken in the draft. And then the rest of the stuff's kind of OTAs, mini camps. Then there's a July 15th. That's a big one. So anyone they franchise tag, that's the last day they can sign them to an actual contract and not have them ride out on a franchise tag.
June 1st, that's a huge thing too. You know, whether you cutting players and, they got that post June 1st, all that stuff goes down there. But yeah, the draft thing, depending on where you guys go and how that works out, I work Friday through Sunday. So Thursday I could possibly be around somewhere or be somewhere and maybe show up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll let you know where it's at. They did their last live event at 3 Spot there in North Royalton, just outside of Strongsville.
I think I know where that's at.
And it's right off of 82 right there.
Oh shit, then I know exactly where it's at.
Me and Brian and Fatty were talking about doing a couple lunches before the draft where we get together at different bars to see the environment and talk with the people running the places to see where would be the best place to actually do the live at. I don't see us not ending up anywhere but 3 Spot again, because it was a good experience for them the first time around. Plus, it's right by my work, so I go there a lot. Their food's good, cold beers. That's all I can ask for.
Trying to think of a good spot. Yeah.
And of course, anywhere we end up going with that, it's good for them. They live up in the Cleveland area. I'm southeast Akron, so I got a haul no matter where we pick.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of places. I mean, there's a place in Northfield that I know that's probably, they got a whole room where they usually put a band.
Is that the tavern?
The tavern in Northfield?
I think it's in an old golf course. I might be thinking of something else.
You talking about the Hideaway?
No, I can't. It's something tavern.
I know what you're talking about. It's down there by a golf course, I think, but that's not Northfield.
It had a Northfield address. That's the only reason I said Northfield.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know anything by a golf course. The only golf course in Northfield's over in Macedonia, actually. And there's no bar over there.
I'll remember it as soon as we get off this air, and it'll pop in my head, and I'll text it to you.
Because I'm trying to think of what the name of the bar. There used to be a couple bars right there, and I can't even think of it right now. It's crazy. I used to go to them all the time, and I don't really drink all that much anymore. I might go out and have a couple bourbons, then that's it. I don't continue to drink.
I tried to get him to go to my local watering hole here. My buddy owns a bar here in town. It's called Roma's, and I was trying to get him to go to that one, but it's 4.5 minutes from my house, and it'd be like an hour and 15 for them. So
yeah. And there's got to be a couple places right there in Stowe too that probably ain't too bad.
Stowe, Northfield, Medina area.
At Northfield, dude, they used to have. They do got a bar. I can't think of the name of it. Literally, there's a back room. They have a band. They got a bunch of tables. They have a stage and shit where things can go on. I mean, it's set up for that type of thing. They do different events back there. It is set up for something like that. And I'm pretty sure the owner would be all for it. People would be all for it.
Especially if we're pushing out the advertisement, come on down and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they'd be on it. I mean, because I've done my podcast from there before when I just was up visiting because my kids are up there, so I go do that. Well, yeah, Middletown isn't where it's at, Sean. This is not where. There's not a good bar that I would say we do it from. I mean, I used to be all for the draft, but even there it'd be crazy. I want to open my own damn sports bar, to be honest.
You should have seen my hometown was Mecca Township, Ohio. It was right by Mosquito Lake. We had like 700 people that lived in the town. There wasn't we didn't have a stoplight.
Yeah.
We had like 7 stop signs, a fire department, a grocery store that wasn't even really a grocery store. It was more like a off-brand Dollar General, and 7 bars.
Listen, that's how Northfield was. Northfield has a half mile. Now you got a casino, a strip club, a porn store, like 5, 6 bars. I mean, it's absolutely insane up there now. I was even going to say the casino, but they do a big draft party, so it wouldn't be able to happen up there.
There's a lot of, I've looked into stuff like that, and I got buddies that work for the Gaming Commission for the state of Ohio, and the stipulations for doing live shows of that nature inside there, you have to follow their shit to a T, otherwise they'll cut you off.
Ah, damn, yeah, that's something. But I'm sure there's somewhere where you guys can get it down. I mean, again, if
we got plenty of time.
I would definitely join up. I even thought about maybe going to Pittsburgh for the damn draft because I wanted to be up there in Cleveland. I was down here when that happened. And I almost went to KC the other year.
I might end up in Pittsburgh still. Just depends. I got a lot going on. I got a bachelor trip coming up in March to down to North Carolina, and then my brother-in-law and sister, future brother-in-law, are getting married in May, so we got a big trip up to Cleveland for 2 or 3 days for that, and I'm just trying not to piss the wife off and be away from home for so long, so much.
Oh, man. But, hey, listen, there's going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff coming up with football, with all sports. But so you're a Cavs fan, correct?
Yes.
How do you feel about the James Harden move?
I love it.
So do I. I don't know why people are hating on this so much.
I love it. So I had the kids in Disney World when that trade went down. I was standing in line with my kid for one of the rides, and of course we're next to go on, and fucking Mickey Mouse walks by. So my kid had to run out of line to see Mickey. So we lost our place in line, and then the dude walking around with him, they got all the, like, an employee walks around with the character to make sure you don't beat up Mickey Mouse or nothing, I guess. But he looked at me, and I had a Browns hat on. And he goes, Cleveland fan? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what do you think about the James Harden trade? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, ESPN hasn't even announced it yet. My phone didn't go off. None of the group chats were going off. There was nothing posted. I'm like, what are you talking about? In mid-conversation, my phone dings like 9 times, and it's all about James Harden coming to Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you know?
I'm saying sleeper app hit first before anything.
Well, then again,
It was
they're
insane.
ESPN employees technically because it's owned by Disney, so maybe they have something that pops out
Oh, yeah.
first.
They might get it first. Yeah, they might have the heads
But I
up.
was like, you got to be kidding me. And then my kid's crying. He's 3 years old because he wants to get in line for the teacups again. And I'm trying to read my – I'm like, what did we give up? What happened? I'm like, buddy, we spent a lot of money to be here, but something more important just happened. Give me a minute.
The Cavs just spent a lot of money too. We got a lot. Yeah, I was all for it. I mean, this is not James Harden back in the day. James Harden. This is one that wants to win, doesn't care how it happens. Like you saw, he had 13 points and 11 assists his last game. The dude don't give a shit.
He just
he's
wants to
doing his
win.
thing. Yes, he wants to win. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, you get to the playoffs. Like my boys, Tanner and Botkins are like, I don't think this does anything for the Cavs. Then blah, blah, blah. You know, playoff time, it ain't going to make the push. Problem is he's not the one. Donovan's your one. Harden's your 2. And maybe even your 3, depending on how big Mobley turns out. Because Mobley could benefit from this greatly like Jared Allen has. And it could be crazy. Dude, this dude could average 15 assists a game when Mobley comes back Thursday and just go irate with this shit. And I think this makes the real push. And I don't see a team in the East. I've never been thinking the Knicks were anything because I think Cat's a big pushover. I think Jalen's good, but them boys get run ragged, and I think they're beatable. The Celtics, they have Jaylen Brown, but I don't think they have everything they need because if Tatum doesn't come back, I don't think anything works with that. And Detroit, they're young. JB, we know what JB does in the playoffs. I don't think he still has that focus yet with that. And they're beatable. They're going to be missing players and could possibly miss more players depending on how the fights and everything work out with that. So I look like the East is ours, and we could be number 1 walking into the playoffs.
I think the biggest thing I got with the Harden deal, Harden coming to Cleveland is he's definitely not the same player he was when I started watching when he first came in the league. He doesn't give 2 shits about his stats.
No,
he just seems like he wants to win. He doesn't care about being the face of the franchise anymore. He wants to. I think he posted a while back, about a week ago. He goes, "I'm good with winning a ring here and retiring here."
Yeah.
He just wants to get his ring.
Think about that. Look, because I think they could hit the finals this year. May not win it this year, depending on injuries and stipulations from OKC or whoever coming out the West. Because if we can beat the Nuggets, I'm not worried about the Nuggets. Thunder are really the only team I'm concerned with, and it's because of how they are defensively. It's not anything to do offensively with them. It's their defense. And I think we could possibly win the finals this year. If not, guess what? The smoke is in the air. I mean, it is suffocating out there right now with LeBron supposedly coming back for his last year, finish it off here. And the thing is, now with that, say he does come back, you got to put him in the starting rotation. Tyson's going to take a back seat, but LeBron's not going to take the minutes like that. He'll be out there 25 minutes maybe, 28 minutes maybe. And the thing, he's not going to be about scoring unless he absolutely has to, because you have Donovan, because you have James Harden. He's going to average double digits in assists and do all that stuff. And I think that's going to be a hell of a thing.
But he's also going to pull the defenders away from the other team because you got to guard them.
Yes. You're not going to – look, he might be old, but this dude is still driving.
He just got a triple-double the other night.
And that's what I'm saying. And there was that question. They posed that question on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Do you think James Harden or will James Harden have 2 or more triple-doubles before the season ends? And there was only like 3 of them that said yes. The rest of them said no, they don't think so. Why not? The dude's almost hit a triple-double twice since being here, and he's only played in 4 games? I mean, the dude was 2 rebounds away one time, and I think he was 3 rebounds away another time, or maybe 3 assists away another time. Harden's going to have a couple triple doubles, and again, the points are going to be there. If they want them to be there, they will be there. But what he looks at is, I do not. This is the first time I can be a catch and shoot dude. I don't got to create because someone else is going to create. And guess what? If I'm getting doubled, Sam Merrill and Tyson are out there on the arch, and they're knocking down every shot they take.
And I love after every game when they interview Tyson, he keeps begging the Browns to draft his brother.
And look, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just need this dude to be 100% healthy and play some years. Not, hey, we got to worry about this injury every damn year because his brother, healthy, a straight monster on the football field. That one year he was healthy. What do you have? Like, I don't know what he had, 1,100, 1,200 yards and like crazy amount of touchdowns. The dude's
if he stays healthy, it's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, it's a terror. The dude's a terror out there, and maybe they take it. Maybe they say, you know what? Maybe we're going to do this. We're going to take the shot at this guy, and I won't be opposed to it. It'll suck if this dude gets hurt and then he doesn't play more than fucking a couple of half seasons, and that'll be the issue.
That's my biggest fear. I mean, the sixth overall pick, that's a high pick to take a risk because you take a risk on a player that might not last, might not produce. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't produce. I'm saying if he gets hurt, he won't produce.
Yes, the risk is greater than the reward right now.
Yes, because we could trade that 6th pick and potentially get 2 more first. If we finesse the right team and we got a team that's, what are they allowed to give up now? 5 first rounders?
Yeah, if that goes through, did that go through?
I think it did.
They were talking about, go 5 years into the future type shit. Yeah.
Because can you imagine if we got 3 first rounders out of the 6th pick?
That's going to be rough. It depends on who the team is. Yeah.
You get a team that has a stack of first rounders sitting there, or they have other.
You know who you can do it to? Jerry Jones, man. You could finesse that dude. Give me your 2 this year and 1 next year. You could have fucking Caleb Downs at 6.
With that being said, I know we jumped back. I know we jumped back to football off the basketball train real quick, but this is a big debate amongst my friends group because everyone says I'm retarded for agreeing with this. But so you get 5, you could potentially go 5 first round picks now.
Okay.
So if someone said, let's say 4, we'll give you 4 first rounders and a player, depending on the team, a decent player for Myles Garrett.
It would have to be Dallas, and I want their 2 this year, their 2 next year. I want that to be my 4, because then I got 3 this year and 3 next year, and the player I'd want. Damn. Oh, we need defensive line. We'd have to put someone back over there, right? Or you take from their offensive line. One of them studs they got on that offensive line.
That's what I was thinking.
The boy from Oklahoma. What's his name? Ty. Whatever his name is. Yeah, you take that boy from Oklahoma. Shit. If you kept your 6th pick, fuck.
The only thing the Browns would give up in this scenario would be Myles Garrett.
Dude, that'd be insane. Because you think they have theirs in Green Bay's the next 2 years.
So that would put us at 4 first rounders this year and 3 next year, not including any other trades.
Fucking insane.
And you know damn well we'll end up one of those 4 first rounders would end up getting traded for something for next year.
See, I'm taking Ruben Bain if he's there at the 6th pick this year.
100%.
Boom. And he might be fitting right back in that role. And then you got 3 more. You're filling everything out. And then next year, if you need a quarterback, guess what? You're going to get one because you got 3 damn first rounders.
And at that point, you got 3 first rounders. You have the pick of the quarterbacks because you could package anything and get anybody.
Yeah, you can put 2 of them together and jump all the way up, grab who you want, still have 1 down there to mess around with whatever. That deal would be insane. But Dallas would be the one team I'd have to do it with. It couldn't be nobody else. I think it would have to be Dallas because I'd want all those picks now in the next 2 years.
I agree with you. I don't want to wait 4 years to.
Yeah, no.
I don't want it like the Watson deal where those trades were standing over our heads.
Yeah, the only way I would let it drag out is if it was, all right, we're going to give you those picks and CD Lamb or some shit like that.
What if a team came up and said, we want Myles Garrett no matter what? Here's 5 first-round picks and a player. And they're spaced out 1 a year for the next 5.
Oh, man. It depends on who the hell it was, because the player would make a huge difference to me. It have to be someone that would be right now.
David Putney.
David Putney. Yeah, it had to be like right now impact. Like if Minnesota says some shit like that, we're like, all right, well, we're getting the Jets coming our way. We're taking it.
I think if someone at that caliber goes the way, we're not getting 5 first-rounders.
Well, then you would end up taking away. But sorry, if you go a different way with that, God, I don't even know. Because that's the type of player I'm going to need is an impact almost right now type player. But I guess
What
if you get
about
first,
you get somebody like Philly, A.J. Brown, and 4 first-rounders?
I tell them because of the drama, I still need 5. The drama that dude might bring, I still need 5. God, yeah, but no, there ain't no. If a team comes, I don't think the Browns are going to do it anyways because they already look stupid for the shit they've done. But
No, I know,
you,
but it's just something.
Dude, I'd be all for it with the Dallas shit. I'd be all for getting their 2 picks the next 2 years and us having 4 and 3. 2 years
You got to think about it. What's his name that Dallas just traded?
Micah, yeah.
What did they get out of him? 2 first-rounders?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they got Green Bay's this year and next year. So that's the picks we would take.
Then they had to re-sign him long term.
Yeah, Green Bay did. Yeah,
Miles is already on a deal,
yeah,
so they don't have. You got him for 4 years guaranteed. You can extend it if you want.
Yeah, dude, I'd do the Dallas deal.
I would too.
All them picks would be right there, right now. You could revamp that whole offense.
The only problem you give Dallas Myles Garrett, and those picks probably won't be too high.
No, what do you mean? They're going to be high because guess what? I don't think Dallas does shit anyways. Because you got to think George Pickens, they're franchise tagging him, but he's going to want some money. So Lamb or him are going to be gone the following year. They don't have no damn run game. Ferguson is a hit or miss at tight end. Dak, if he gets hurt, the team sucks. That's the end of it. Done, trash. So, I mean, they had one of the best secondaries, and they still couldn't do shit with Micah. So our picks might be 15 to 20.
I'm good with that.
Players. And then Green Bay's are probably going to be later on, in the 20s. But still, again, like you said, we could package them, or we're still going to have our own picks. And hopefully they're better. But again, after this year, if we get whatever we do this year, it might be lower. It might be the point to where it's, down further. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, that'd be the only way I'm doing that is if it's Dallas. But yeah, I mean, when he started that shit last offseason, all this, fuck out of here, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I was ready. Like, all right, dude, you know what? Someone's telling me what they're going to give. And I'd have done that deal in a heartbeat if Dallas was trading Mike and it came right to us. We got all these fucking picks. He would have been fucking out of here.
When he started that shit and then they signed him, and then I'm like, okay, here, I'm not comparing Myles Garrett to Deshaun Watson, the contract. Yeah. I'm like, so we're bitching about this long-term contract that we're stuck in. Now we just did another one.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why we have no money.
And like I said, that thing I sent you shows how you restructure Watson's and Denzel's. And
you're going to have to resend that to me because I just checked. I didn't get it.
Really? God, because this was something. What did I send it on then? Oh, crap. Oh, it says sent.
What did you send it on?
Instagram. That's you, right? /Sports Talk?
Yeah.
That's not you, is it?
Let me see.
Yeah, that's you. Huh?
Nope.
Huh. Let me see.
Oh well, just text it to me. Well,
Yeah, I can do it
I'll
that
look
way.
at it.
Let's see if I can do it that way. I'll copy the link and I'll send it. Yeah, because you're gonna have to look at this because this way they broke this down. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm cool with that if that's how it goes down. But hey, man, I'm gonna say I'm gonna appreciate you coming on here. We're doing a mock draft, talking free agency. I know it was a lot of Browns. Usually we don't get this much Browns because again, Jay's a Bengals, Scully's an Eagles fan. I don't know what's going on. Twitter's been acting weird.
So Twitter, this is the IT side of me being in depth into this shit. We noticed the issue where it wasn't posting to Twitter.
Yeah.
So Twitter, I ended up doing a deep dive down a Reddit dive hole last night. Twitter did a update on their server for their automatic postings, and they put new restrictions in and didn't line it up with the other companies. So now they're working on a fix for that.
Well, because I went to try to share, but I can't do it because it's on Network 216, so I can't take it and share it to their page. So I know there was some followers there that we didn't get unless you click on the live button or whatever. That's the only way you got it. If you clicked on the logo or hit the live.
You have to click. It shows that we're live, but it's not making the automatic post anymore.
Yeah, it's not really
I think it's called the API feature on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we submitted a ticket with StreamYard yesterday, so hopefully that gets resolved here shortly.
So when I first came on here, it said something about it. It said Twitter this, if you're going to do that, that's how you got to do it. But unless, when it's posted to like my own, I would have been able to do that. But since it was to Network 216s, I couldn't.
Because I think I posted it on my Twitter because I was not logged into the network's Twitter because it is running, let's see here, profile. Yeah, I'm running a repost of yours on my Twitter right now. So,
I mean, it must be because there's some people watching off Network 216s. There's 2 off yours, a couple off some others. But again, I appreciate you coming on here. We're doing all this, having a good time. We're going to have to do this again as it gets closer to the draft, and we'll really get in depth. And with the other 2 guys, they'll probably join us that time, and then we can really talk about all the teams, see where they're at with that, and,
maybe we can do a special joint operations later in the evening. That way I don't have to take a day off work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is we can do it at 6, whatever we can do it at. I mean, because usually I reposted it. I'm part of a Huddle Sports Network too, so this show goes live at 6 on their network. But yeah, we can figure something out no matter what it is. Even if we do it on a different day, we can figure it out.
And get it going. I got 2 little kids, so my schedule, I don't do much. I don't get out of the house much, so I'm pretty open.
Yeah, I feel that. My daughter's turning 16. My son's turning 22. So I got 3 other boys. My old lady's got, and the youngest is 12. So
I'm 3 and 6 months. So,
oh man, you were just starting this.
Yeah,
this is fun times for you.
I wanted 1 kid. My wife wants 4. We're at 2, so it looks like we're going towards that 4 mark.
It looks like you're aiming up. You're aiming up there.
So,
but yeah. It's a great time, always doing this stuff, especially talking to you. We converse, we text, talk through all that. Network 216 is starting to do big things. Always appreciate them and Fatty and all them and what they've done. I've always been a part of their doing shows, either being a guest or whatever with them, or now putting all this on there and Game Time 216 with Bobby G. And me and already talked about having you on again when it gets closer. Definitely have you on. We'll talk more about free agency, especially after it happens and leading up to the draft. But let everybody know where they can find you and how and everything, and get people to follow you.
Well, my main thing I do is TikTok, Slosh Sports Talk on TikTok. It's mainly Cleveland sports, but I do any major breaking news. I don't go live on it too often, and I don't do actual videos. It's a lot more just informational posts for all the sporting events going on, and I try to get stuff out there relatively quickly once it breaks. Twitter, I'm trying to build that up. Just started, got that blue check mark now, so we're going that route. Building my followers. I am on Instagram and Facebook also. Everything's Slosh Sports Talk except Twitter. Somebody stole that from me, and I am Sloshed HQ on Twitter. But TikTok and Twitter are my main two that I'm posting on all the time. I don't think I've posted one thing in about 2 months on Facebook. That one's kind of dying on me. I'm not a big Meta fan, so.
I feel it. I mean, we're hitting 1,000 followers now on there, so we got a group on there. But again, we usually have a couple shows. We got an open mic show that goes on there, a Philly show that goes on. We got a lot of things that we do over here. It gets insane. And when my son jumps in, eventually, because he's moving down here, that whole situation will get crazy. There'll be a lot of UFC and boxing stuff going on too. Because I'm big into boxing. I can't wait for Saturday. I want to see Ryan Garcia beat up Barrios, but we'll see if that even happens. But again, if you got anything else to say, go ahead and spew it out. If not, hey.
Thanks for having me on. This was a great time. Enjoy talking NFL draft. That's my big thing. That's always been my thing for about a decade now. I love the draft. That's my favorite time of year.
Nice.
Me and my brother runs it, but we do there's about 25 of us in it. You predict where each player is going at each pick.
Yeah.
And you get points based on if the person goes at the right pick, if they go to the right team. If the team drafts, you get semi points. If the team drafts the same position but not the player you picked, it took us about a year to get the point spread right. But we all put money in. It's $25, winner take all. Whoever has the most points at the end of the first round of the draft. That's a big that we love doing that. I mean,
hell yeah.
My family's been big in the draft. I take the draft off every year.
There you go.
That's my mini vacation. It's a little harder with kids now because I gotta explain to the wife why I gotta sit in front of the TV and see random names called on TV that I don't know. But
you don't gotta explain none of that. You gotta explain, well, why do you go to watch Bridgerton? Why do you gotta binge watch that? How about you chill out? You're watching fake shit. This is actually real. We can go watch these dudes.
Listen, I'm a network engineer by trade, and my wife still makes more money than me, so I can't say shit.
Well, then you just tell her you got to have your hobbies.
Could be a lot worse.
Exactly. It could be a whole year. I could be sitting in a bar somewhere all day, every day.
Right. But I really appreciate you having me on here, and I'll come back anytime.
Always. And we'll definitely bring you back. But hey, for everybody out there, we appreciate you in the chat. Appreciate you watching. When you're watching now, later, whatever. But again, salute to everybody, and we'll see you next time.